And when John Madden, my colleague, got here, he got a special welcome.
We want John! We want John!
We want John! We want John!
At all to get ready to get in a costume like that. The Raiders, Ismail facing Ismail. Harvey Williams
against the Raiders.
Holding. Number 88 on the offense. Penalty. 3 second half.
And Hostetler back to throw it. Across the middle, Tim Brown. Cut down again around his score. It's 3rd and 6. Hostetler back to throw it. Chased into the pocket by Colbert. Knocked down. Johnston and Smith behind Aikman. To Emmitt Smith. Nothing doing, a loss of team. Smith lost 5. Aikman back to throw. Blitz coming. Aikman going deep to Irvin. Incomplete. Hostetler on the reverse to Ismail. Slipped down at the 30 of Scott Case.
You know, one of
in a little frickin'. That's right. The handoff is to Harvey Williams, and Harvey Williams near a first down, a fumble. They're saying he was down.
I'll tell you, this grass and this soft grass like this is the safest playing surface in the world.
Here's Hostetler going deep. Wide open is Darrell Hobbs.
Directed one, but they didn't redirect Hobbs.
Harvey Williams. 5. 2 tight ends. Harvey Williams. Hammers down.
Thing on the outside of the hand and a soft thing on the inside and a glove and tape and everything.
Play number 11 of this drive coming up. Hostetler to throw it. Incomplete. And the field goal is pulled. Not good. Over 60,000. Aikman back to throw on first down. Down he goes, and he can't take.
Morning, and now he's starting.
Now he gets the first sack. Aikman to throw. Irvin. No. But a flag. A flag on the play. Against the Raiders. Darrell Johnston was the man in motion, and here's Aikman back to throw. Outside Smith. Emmett put one man on the ground with a juke.
Due to Troy Aikman.
Emmitt Smith flashes
The ball to him.
I don't think that'd be a mistake.
Me neither.
Emmitt Smith. Yes, he does. 1st and 10, Dallas. Inside the Raider 20, Aikman back to throw. Protection, touchdown. Aikman to Irvin.
Terry McDaniel.
Bonio's extra point is the Cowboys ahead, and that's what I was telling you about a minute ago. 8,012 receiving yards. He's
that move.
Yep.
And McDaniel just held up just long enough on that outside move.
Hostetler going deep. Picked off by Deion Sanders, and Sanders back inside the Raider 40 to the 30, out of bounds at about the 28. Ismail knocked him out of bounds.
Jerry Jones.
Kevin Williams in motion. Aikman, Novacek.
Receivers, I don't think there's ever been anyone better than Deion Sanders.
2 tight ends, Emmitt Smith. First down, 2 tight ends again. Aikman back to throw it. Emmitt Smith makes the reception. He can make you miss.
In that play.
Here's Emmett again. He was able to find
on him, and that doesn't happen a lot.
No. 2nd and 2. Smith bulldogs down
to Emmitt Smith.
1st and goal at the 4. And it's Emmitt Smith.
Yep, whatever they did, it worked on those shoes. Or maybe it's the feet that's it. This crowd is.
Yep. 18-year record. The answer is right now they're all playing pretty well. Here's Hostetler back to throw it. Delayed blitz. Tim Brown. Here's Hostetler. Complete.
And he unloaded against Haley.
If that's a chip, I'd hate to see a chop. That's Kaufman. And he almost broke it.
Could run around a lot of tackles.
1st and 10 Raiders. Hostetler back to Kaufman again. And again he's around the corner. And spinning inside the 1st and 10 Oakland. That's Derek Finner. Deep. Finner in front of him. Got the first. Hostetler gives to Williams. The play looked like almost a busted play, but it's a touchdown for the Oakland Raiders.
I think it's against the Cowboys. I mean, you know, was there any taunting or there's a lot of talk going on in this thing?
Extra point. Gossett holding. 14-7, 7:50 left in the 2nd quarter. Darrell Johnston was the man in motion. Aikman slipped, dropping. Gets it to Irvin.
Is in the Hall of Fame.
And you inducted him, didn't you? Or presented him?
Presented him, yes.
That's Darrell Johnston.
You know, last week I was in Dallas, Pat, and I was interviewed by Mrs. Moose.
Mrs. Moose.
Mrs. Moose, yeah. Darrell Johnston's mother, Mrs. Moose. And she has like a
Mama Moose.
Mama Moose. I don't think she'd like being, well, she's,
yeah.
You know, Johnston's Mama Moose, yeah. And she has a letter she puts out, and we had an in-depth interview.
Here's Emmitt Smith.
And she's really nice. And then I went outside, and then as we went outside the locker room, then Mr. Moose was waiting for us. So Mrs. Moose and Mr. Moose got in the car, and they left. And then Moose the next day thanked me for being. I said I enjoyed it. That was my pleasure being interviewed by Mrs. Moose.
In depth, huh?
In fact, if I had to pick one and say who's the best guard in the league, I might take Larry Allen.
You remember he spent all of last year at tackle. Here's Emmitt Smith.
And he ran and does. You start off, here's Larry Allen, number 73, right here. Now you start and you get one, boom, you help him, you get that guy to the ground, then you come up on the next guy. And that
2nd down. Aikman back to throw. To Irvin. And he'll have his 1st down.
To coach with him the next year at USC.
And you're still mad at Robinson.
Yeah, I am for doing that.
Aikman, Irvin. With that catch, Michael Irvin just set another new Cowboy record. Here's Emmitt Smith left side, and he is hammered, and the ball came loose, and the Raiders got it. Anthony Smith. Whoa, was hurting. Emmitt Smith was belted. 10 to do it, 13. The pitch is back to Harvey Williams, who slipped and got back up. Ends Williams deep. Hostetler. Hit by Hennings. Just as he let it go, that might have been a lateral.
I didn't hear a whistle. I didn't hear a whistle until right then. I did see the referee throw a flag. But
after a conference on the field, there is no intentional grounding. The ruling is a backward pass and out of bounds.
3rd down. Long count. Hostetler in the end zone. Haley almost had him. Passes in them. Passes incomplete. A flag on the play. Deion Sanders was the cover man. Evans against it. That's Kaufman. Big hole up the middle.
It's Lompoc.
Hostetler back to throw it. Pass is picked off again by, this is by Brock Marion. Brock Marion, I saw the one. I thought it was Dion. It's Brock Marion.
Players have slipped more on this field today than the Cowboys.
Aikman to throw. Going deep for Irvin. And Michael Irvin comes back to throw it. And gets it for, lined up to Aikman's left. Reverse. Nothing doing. Here's Aikman. Bonio for the field goal. And he is good, and it's
Full time, they'll pick up that advantage.
Hostetler to Williams. 2nd and 2. Hostetler back. Williams again.
Situations, you have to get the ball up the field.
This is Williams. And again, Hostetler back to throw it. Hennings hit Hostetler just as he let it go. Pass is caught by Brown. Evans back to throw it. But he can still run. And Hennings.
Well, again, this one here is always big. You know, the Raiders had 2 turnovers, and then that went directly to 10 Cowboy points.
With motion to the right, and Aikman will throw it. Novacek shakes away from one of the Raiders and gets to midfield.
To the outside areas of the field.
To Michael Irvin. Emmitt Smith. Emmitt spins away from a couple, and it's a foot race. Emmitt is dragged down by Derek Smith. Got the first down. Williams in motion. Aikman to throw. Wheels it out to Novacek early. First down, it's Emmitt Smith. The flag on the play. Smith down to the 20, inside to about the 9.
Offsides, number 91 defense. Penalties accepted. 5-yard penalty.
Down.
Hand off to Darrell Johnston.
And just eclipsed Emmitt Smith. You couldn't even see Emmitt Smith.
Jerry Ball is not very tall. That's good. Here's Emmitt Smith, who's very good. Touchdown.
And then cutting inside him.
Evans to Brown. Evans sneaks extremely well. Here's Evans back to throw. Slip. Firing deep to Ismail. Covered by inside. Raiders did a good job. This is almost picked off. And Coach Mann and I will be there. Aikman going for more. Novacek got some more. Irvin and Novacek lined up side by side. Now Irvin goes the other direction. And Aikman goes back to throw it. A different pattern he ran, too.
But his alignment, I don't know what the heck that alignment was.
3rd and 4. Aikman back to throw it. Throws back to Novacek. Novacek down the sideline to about the 16. 16. Well, with 2 tight ends, they went with Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt flashes down inside the 10.
Back on that block.
Yes, he did. Smith again. Not much this time.
Defense today is Pat Swilling.
Aikman outside to Moose. Flag on the play.
We've got a multiple foul on the defense. Holding on number 52. That penalty's declined. Personal foul on number 99. Hit to the quarterback in half the distance to the goal. First.
Bruce.
Aikman gives to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt scores his 3rd of the day. Emmitt Smith, 3 touchdowns. That's going to be full.
Again, look at this, 52 yards. He has 89 yards, period, tackles by the Raiders.
Bonio for the extra point. It's good.
Yeah, they know how to tailgate. I tell you, they learned that. They learned how to eat. They had a good eating coach.
You taught him. Evans to Brown.
Raiders are back. The Raiders and the Cowboys. I think I'll go jet skiing. What kind of guy is that?
Here's Vince Evans, chased by Herbert McCormick, gets rid of it to Tim Brown, and Brown. Some of them went crazy anyway. Evans deep for the corner for Hobbs, incomplete. They're 1 for 1, but a lot shorter than 4th and 9. Evans back to throw. Chase and gets rid of it. Tim Brown, touchdown. What a play by Vince Evans. That's one heck of a play. Sanders back as part of the return, 3 deep, along with Kevin Williams, who is going to make the return. And it's a good return. Remaining in the 3rd quarter, Aikman gets to Emmett Smith. They're building a new training facility. Here's Vince Evans. Lofts it out to Harvey Williams. Evans moves out of the pocket, buys some time, a lot of it.
What always amazed me about Vince Evans is
the Raiders, and Evans is back to throw again. The Cowboys blitz, but he still gets it off. For James Jett, incomplete. Here's Evans to throw it again. This one's to Brown. Impression. Hennings and McCormick. Here's Evans again. Haley's got him by the shirt. He got away. Gets rid of the ball. Gets it to Harvey Williams. Flag on the...
Here again, he's going to be right there chipped. You see, that's the chip, and he gets by the block and the chip, and he gets a hold of Vince Evans. Can't bring him down, just spins him around.
Now deep. And here's Evans. Pass complete.
His tackle zipping it.
Illegal hands. Number 78 to the face. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second.
Long yardage they need. Evans. Evans back. Gets the pass outside to Hobbs. Quick out is short for Jett.
The fight. Oh, there's a penalty. Someone's dragging Russell Maryland. Wisniewski grabs Maryland. That's Gogan. You see Gogan? He's saying, I'll see you after. Look, he's talking, talk. He pointed out school. That's a chop block there. See, that's what they hated right there, that chop block. And then Maryland pushed Gogan, and then Gogan and Maryland get into it.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on number 67 defense. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
McCormick took his play. Evans gets it underneath to Williams.
Right footing and knew this field perfectly.
That's one of the reasons he's in the Hall of Fame.
Out of huddle.
Williams is the deep back. Evans looking deep, looking to the end zone. Touchdown. Kerry Cash, the tight end. To point, which is Jacobs' kickoffs so far have been very short, and here's another one. And they're trying to set up a reverse, fake the reverse. Novacek in motion. And Aikman gives to Emmett Smith, who slipped in the backfield and can't make anything happen. We visited with him before the game. Second and a little over 10. Aikman gets it to Darrell Johnston, who gets the first down. Irvin to the left. And here's Aikman to throw it. Has to get rid of it. A flag. There's a penalty flag.
I heard about that big old strong shoulder.
2nd and 8. Aikman. Irvin. It's a catch. Emmett Smith will get to 2 and more. 2 tight ends. Second about 6. Flag on the play. Aikman has Novacek for a touchdown, but a penalty marker down. I think Kendall Watkins was in motion.
Penalties.
You're right. It is against the Cowboys for when it started running up.
Second and 11. Pass to Moose Johnston. Irvin split wide left. Smith is deep. Watkins not in motion this time. The pass was deflected. He's been hot. And he stays hot. They call it 38 yards, and Chris Bone.
Yeah, I do.
On first down, Evans pump fake. Incomplete.
And turn and still beat you to the ball.
Outside to Williams. Harvey Williams.
Beyond.
They were in space. There's Evans. Tim Brown shakes.
Going gone.
Here's Vince Evans back to pass. Pass is caught by Here's Evans.
Brown flopping around the line of scrimmage.
He's 13 out of 27. He's back again. And he hits Tim Brown. Williams behind Evans.
Well, it must have been a wrong pattern or something, because he just kind of threw that one out of bounds.
Darren Benson now at defensive tackle for the Cowboys. Evans has his pass picked off by Woodson. And the Cowboys will take over at about the 12-yard.
And Vince Lombardi didn't want it anymore, so it's not the Packers anymore, but it's still the Lions.
There's Emmitt Smith. And he gets it.
It's kind of a calling plays by committee.
3-man rush on Evans to Brown.
Bosbar was the third one.
3rd and 5. Evans gets the ball to Kerry Cash, who's tight end.
Although I don't think, because it's his left shoulder, I don't think that's an injury that's going to keep him out for a long time. I think today he probably came out of his funk.
2nd and 8. Evans. Incomplete.
Others, some people just can't get over it. They take it too long.
Evans gets the ball to Williams. 21. The Cowboys at one time led 31-7. Evans out to Williams.
And number 2, they have to play the Raiders again.
Here. Evans. And the jump ball is intercepted. And that will do it. As time runs out on the Raiders.